Happy Friday. That's all I'm going to say. Happy Friday and welcome everybody. I want you to stop and pay attention. Okay, just stop and pay attention. In this world where we're constantly on go, 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 I want to say some things that I'm sure you want to hear, but I never know how to open to grab your attention. So here we are. Here I am. I have about 5 minutes before I have to go, so it won't be long. I'm getting ready for a podcast. But I'm Patika Tate. I am your local, well, not local, but I am a brand in the making. Hi, hey, see how you doing? I am building. I was thinking this morning about making the band. I am building the brand. And what I mean by that is that I am building a brand of books and affirming products that I wish were available when I was a child. The platform of our company, my daughter and I, we own well, I own a company. She's a part of it, and so we own the company together. But it's my company that I want to create with her. That was inspired by her for everyone. It is beautiful and brilliant as you are, books and more. And as I was preparing for the podcast that I'm about to do, and you'll see it later. It's nothing to do right now. I was thinking some of the questions were pretty deep. It was pretty deep, asking me how I balance everything and how we choose what we do and why am I doing it in the first place. And that's a really great question because ultimately our brand started, our book started because I wanted to make sure my daughter knew she was enough. If you know my story, then you know that I struggled with self esteem because I ballooned to over 400 pounds at the age of 22. And I did not want my daughter to struggle with self confidence the way I did. And so I wrote a poem for her, and then that poem became a book. Once someone said, "You have got to make this available for all children," and I did. And then they were like, "Well, you need something for boys," because remember, the poem was written for girls. It was for my daughter. So it was a girl poem. And so I wrote Brilliant as You Are. And from there, our company has blossomed, and I have taken so many left turns and right turns and really had to reevaluate a lot of the things I was doing. So this past year, I have been completely blessed to be able to I was able to get grant money to grow the business. I was able to be a part of Jack's Bridges, which is a business accelerator here in Jacksonville, Florida, that helps us define who our target audience is. What are we actually trying to do? And what are our goals? So that really set the tone for the next thing I was privileged to be a part of. And that was the Goldman Sachs 1 Million Black Women in Business program, a complete game changer. And so, from all of this knowledge, all of this support from the community, from my peers, my friends, and even fellow business owners, I have been able to visualize what is next for us. I'm not just an author creating books. I am a visionary creating a brand that is going to, when you see this logo, BayaBooks and more, you're going to know it stands for beautiful and brilliant as you are books and more. And you're also going to know that you're going to get quality, affirming products for children that adults can use as resources to make sure all kids know that they are enough. And in 2026, we have really expanded our brand reach and what we're trying to do. I have something very special coming out. It is a poetry book, and it was written by my mom in her teenage years. And I was like, oh my gosh, what an opportunity to connect with older people from the baby boomer generation and even before the silent generation about all the struggles that they faced with esteem, relationships, confidence growing up. I never knew I never even thought about it till my mom said, here's a book of poems that I had. And she just had it tucked away in her closet. And she said, do with it as you wish. And so I'm going to show the reveal when she finds out that I actually put it into a book. Oh, that's all coming next month. And then also, I've created a brand of characters that children can relate to. And the first character is going to be released next month. And you guys are going to be introduced to Paxton Pax Jackson. Okay. Paxton Jackson. That's my man. And you're going to really be able to impact your older teens. Well, not teens, but your older kids that are in that preteen stage, that most vulnerable stage where confidence and self acceptance is really important. So we have all of that coming out. And then for the parents who have the really, really littles that don't want books that rip, we got something for y'all too. So I have listened. And one of the things that has become apparent to me when you're building a brand, you have to listen. I actually just finished revising some of the pages in our books because I wanted to make it more accessible to everybody so all kids can enjoy it. And so I'll be posting about that too, because this is like the fourth time I've had to go back, look at some of the things I've written, some of the pictures I've drawn or had illustrated, listen to the feedback, and even just reflect myself and say, is this something I really want to keep the way it is, or should I refine it to make it more accessible to everybody? And so I just finished finalizing two images with that. Hello, how you doing? Finalizing two image revisions with that. And so that's going to be in our next batch of books. So as I make the brand or build the brand, some of our first books will be collectors. In fact, if you have the old Beautiful as You Are with the heavy colored uh pink, and it was like pinks and purples, not much white in it, that does not exist anymore. You cannot get that version of our books anymore. So there, I think it was maybe a few hundred copies of those that we actually sold. But after that, they're done. You know? And so then with there's some slight changes in Zoe and Max Best Friends Forever as well. We made some changes with that book too. So there's only a limited amount of books with that imagery, those illustrations in that one. And then the text in Beautiful as You Are, even after we changed the cover, some of the text changed as well. And so now with the one and only me, there are some changes that I am going to be implementing in the next batch of books. So once we sell out of these ones that we have, I think there's we ordered 1,000 and we have a few hundred left. Those are going to be the only versions of that book that are available. And as I build the brand, people talk about collector's editions. I want these to be collector's editions in the future. I mean, I can visualize where we're going. And if I am able to get there with the things I've been put into place, the people that have, helped us along the way, the knowledge I have gained from these programs, you guys, you have got to apply to these programs, these business boost programs. Really reflect on, think about what it is you're trying to do with whatever you have, whatever idea you have, and ask yourself, is this a hobby, or is it a mission, or is it a vision, or is it a business? And once you define what it is you're trying to do, take the necessary steps. Surround yourself with the people that are going to say, you trying to do this. Come on, let me take you with me. Let me show you how it's done. Or hold on, I want to take this journey with you. Let's work on this together. Find those people, walk in those rooms, stay in those rooms. I learned something in my program that says if you have to minimize who you are because people in the rooms that you step in are too afraid of your light, or they, going to talk about you behind your back or even to your face, you're in the wrong rooms. That has stuck with me. I heard that like a couple months ago. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to be in those rooms where the people like, hey, let me introduce you to so and so. Let me figure out who can help you get there. I like your vision. Let's go together. Those are the rooms you want to be in. So in 2026, I got to get ready for my live. You guys, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be on fire. But in 2026, I really want to, I hope that you all will see some of the changes that we are making. You've probably seen some of the stuff already because I've been heavy in implementation. But I really hope that you reflect on what it is you're trying to do, because I was watching another thing, you guys. Oh my gosh, it was on the School of Hard Knocks. And there was this one interview with one of the millionaires. And he said, hello, how you doing? He said, look, long story short, he had a string that represented the length of life. The years was 100. He said the average male then lived to 78. He tore the string and took those years off. Then he said, I'm in my 50s. So the only thing left for his string was the time between 50s and 78. Okay. Because he said everything that happened prior to this is gone, it's done. I can't change it. So what am I going to do with my life from 58, 68 to 78 if I live that far? That stuck with me too. Are we going to stay stuck and shoulda, woulda, couldas? Or are we going to say, I did that? Yes, I did. It worked out. Or maybe I was crazy when I decided. But you have to figure out what is most important to you, what legacy you want to leave, and what impact you want to make on this world. Are you going to keep struggling to make that dime, or are you going to struggle to figure out how it is you're going to do what you are born and meant to do? So anyway, y'all, I gotta go. I hope this encourages somebody. And if anything resonates with you, I'm all about positivity, growth, and change. Change is going to come. How you embrace it is up to you. So if you like any of this, please subscribe to my YouTube because I'm doing that simultaneously, or follow me here on Instagram. I am all about making sure our children are confident in who they are, just the way they are. But I'm also going to be building and uplifting anybody that wants to have those messages because that's what I'm about. That's what I love. And that's what I enjoy doing. Okay. So you guys take care. Enjoy the rest of your year 2025. I hope it was great. And even if it wasn't, make it even greater in 2026. Everything is in your control. You have the power to smile or frown, to turn your upside downs into right side ups. I don't know, whatever that means, but also turn those lemons into lemonade or let them stay sour. All right, y'all. I will let you know when the podcast airs. It'll probably be in 2026. I'm a guest on the show, not the host. And so you all take care. Have a wonderful rest of your year. And you probably won't hear from me again except for pictures and stuff because I'm not coming on Monday. I'm going to be relaxing. But take care, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all of your support. Thank you for patronizing our business. Thank you for supporting small businesses anywhere, everywhere, because we need you now more than ever. All right, guys. Bye.